In a world where quality business information is needed, we bring you On the Mic with Mike, the leading social enterprise business show in RVA. Join Mike King, the partnership guru, as he delivers game changers in Metro RVA. On the Mic with Mike showcases how business can help make society better. He discusses tech, culture, innovation, best business practices, and highlighting area nonprofits. Join Mike Monday through Friday, because it is the place where the best and brightest come to chat.
On the mic with Mike.
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 I'm on the mic with Mike. He's like a guru.
No, he's a businessman with a great radio show.
And he supports the nonprofits. Watch his show and grow.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to On the Mic with Mike, the premier business radio program around. I'm your host, Mike King. I appreciate you being here with us. The views expressed here are mine. I have no connection to, support of, or agreement with any other host, information, or ads on the station. I don't work for the station. My program just airs here on a daily basis, and I'm grateful of that. Joining me is our cutting edge show. We uplift the community and showcase RVA in a different way. The sounds you're listening to are emanating from the Mike King Biz studio, which is the global epicenter of social enterprise business. You can follow me on social platforms, hashtag On the Mic with Mike RVA, as well as Mike King Biz. It is Wednesday, so you know what that means. We got El Presidente in the house. Danielle Fitz-Hugh is here with us. This is Chamber Wednesday. Welcome back, ma'am.
Thank you.
All righty. So really quickly, elevator pitch for the Chesterfield Chamber.
If you want to do business in Chesterfield or do more business in Chesterfield, then the Chesterfield Chamber is the only place to do it. No one does it better. Find us at chesterfieldchamber.com.
It's that easy and that simple. All righty. You had just gotten over the gala. It was outstanding. As you said, it is a 30-minute program with a...
I didn't lie. The recording is 37 minutes. I was slightly over.
And it's a 2-hour party. That's the way. All righty. So let's talk about putting that all together. And you guys celebrated business.
We did. We recognized 10 honorees, award winners, including a brand new recognition of our hometown hero. That was a board recognition. They honored past chairwoman Carolyn Clements, who is with Ball Office Supply out of Henrico, but lives, works, and does business in Chesterfield County.
Can you talk about her impact on why that award was created and what she's brought to the table?
Oh, gosh. I'm going to start with how I first met Carolyn. When I came to the chamber in 2017, Carolyn was interim chamber president at the expense of Ball Office Supply. So think about that. Interim chamber president. She was on our board. We were without a chamber president as they were going through the search process, and Ball Office Supply said, yes, you can serve and help the chamber out. I'm still going to pay you your work salary. The chamber doesn't have to pay you while you serve and fill in for 3 months.
So that's something for Ball to do.
That's exactly right. And it was, really, Melissa Ball, they've been committed to the chamber from day one. Carolyn is a fantastic champion and cheerleader for her. She could not do what she does in the community without their support. She's had several careers prior to that, and is part-time retired now and spending her part-time traveling. But she also has done many firsts. She was chairwoman of our board in 2020. And then in 2021, she stepped in as our inaugural chair of our total resource campaign. So that's just her chamber contributions, and there are many more. And she served all that time while still serving as a ambassador and on our membership committee. So still welcoming new members, walking them through the membership process during all those other roles and leadership roles in the chamber. And that's just her chamber involvement. Her involvement in her church and other things that are important to her are a laundry list long, but she tells you she only does what she wants to do in her life, and no is a complete sentence. So we are fortunate that yes is the answer that she's given us. And in our chamber world, if you want something done right, Carolyn has answered that call every single time.
On the mic with Mike, Danielle Fitz-Hugh. Now, that's something I just learned. I had never heard that before. No, he's a complete sentence.
Look, it's powerful.
I remember Mark Smith telling me, like, no, it's not a 4-letter word.
It's a complete sentence. No explanation needed.
That is true. All right. So now you had talked about the Total Resource Campaign. What did you end up with? And let's give our listeners an idea of what that is and the impact that has.
Oh my gosh. So we increased our year-over-year campaign by 15%. We are thrilled. We had $110,000 worth of opportunities purchased by member organizations on programs that'll take place starting in May of this year, continuing through April of 2023. And these are programs that are important to our members. And so we are not necessarily chasing dollars, but we are doing the strategic work that our members have said with their pocketbooks that are important to them.
When you did life in the past, raising money on a yearly basis, going from campaign to campaign.
We didn't do this. We didn't do life like this. No.
What is it like? Okay, so when this was first brought to you, how radical of an idea was it?
Oh my gosh, it has been organization changing. I sat on a couple other boards and other not that are actual C3 organizations, and so you're always in this fundraising, board development, getting the ask, having your hand out process. Who can I introduce people to? And to have that be done before you even start that year is incredible.
Okay, so
not that we don't have other opportunities to purchase. I won't say no if you got more money to give me.
You are not in a business saying no to money.
No, not at all. I've never got enough. I'll find a new opportunity. But this gives you the blanket, right? So we don't have to think about a program. If we're innovating things, we carry it into the next year where we can put it in front of an audience. We will still try new things, but this gives us the foundation, the safety net to go out there and work on impact.
So for other nonprofits who are out there, why wouldn't everyone be able to do this? Is the magic in the sauce of the people who make it work? Because why wouldn't others get out there? We're going to have a campaign to raise X amount of dollars in X amount of time. That way we aren't chasing dollars year round.
Right.
What's the remedy to make that work?
You know, I had that conversation this morning, and, you know, I think a key to the process is one, thinking differently in the way you've always done business. So people are incredibly comfortable in what they know and what they've done. And change is hard and painful. So it was a change. It was painful, but the reward
has been there.
Is there. And so people have to be open to doing things differently than what they know. We used a professional who this is what they do for chambers all across the country who work with him. And so we had a recipe to follow, and we did not missteps in the recipe. You know, I cook and I bake, and I'm the type of person who cooks, and I can just pull stuff out the cabinet to make stuff. I'm terrible to watch because I'm not following the recipe. But with this, we had a system. The system works. Part of it is knowing that it's volunteer driven too. So I get paid to tell you to come support my programs. Volunteers don't get paid to tell you to come support my programs. So when you have a volunteer champion for your organization of this is why it's important to me, I think it would be a great fit for you and your business that changed the dynamics of the why.
It's not the chamber saying it, it's the chamber members who are the chamber saying it.
That's right. That's right. We are made up. We are only as good as our members say we are.
How skeptical is staff when you bring this to the table and say, hey, folks, we're going to raise this kind of money in this amount of time?
Well, you know, you have volunteers who aren't behind the scenes in operations spreading a message, right? And so you remember the kindergarten, what do they call it? The little train exercise where you start at the end and you say one thing, and what does it say at the end of the line?
Something different.
Something different. And so you have some of that. So we do extensive volunteer training. It's a little bit of a lift for volunteers. It takes time for the volunteer, and the volunteers have to be committed. Like, you want raging fans that know people.
Yes. Or as the raging fans who know people, they were voluntold.
That's right. That's right. And then once you get the fan, so the fan already knows why they're a fan, and their no might be different. So everybody's buy-in is slightly different. And so they're telling their story based on their own personal connection and their own personal relationship. So if you have a good experience with me because of this, you're going to say, Danielle's the person. If you need to know somebody in Chesterfield, you need to be a part of the chamber, because she will help you get connected. But that's been your experience. But somebody else may say, Danielle can help you get your business started, because when I got in business, I needed to find a place. I needed to make sure I had my license, my regulations were everything, all my little boxes were checked. And she helped me get connected with the county and economic development because of that experience. So the chamber experiences are all going to be different, and people are using those experiences to connect with others that they already know.
On the Mic with Mike, ESPN Richmond. This is Chamber Wednesday. One of the knocks always have been on Chamber. It's a good old boy network. You got to go in, and it's got to take forever for you to get established. A bunch of people are winning awards at the Chamber who are brand new businesses. So these people just came in the door, and next thing you know, they're involved and they're getting recognized.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. There is no legacy anything.
You weren't grandfathered in for the love.
No. I mean, everything people do, I mean, the proof is in the work. Our volunteers are heavy lifts. We did our awards this year by, public member nomination, and then we put it out publicly for people to vote on. I will say that we had 3 to 4 finalists in each award category. What the nominees don't probably know is that the spread between first and third or fourth was less than 2%. We have amazing volunteers. And so that 4th place person, I mean, I had one award, the spread margin was 0.75. I mean, that's, talk about every vote counts.
Every vote.
It's incredible the work that our members see each other doing, and the cheerleading that they do for each other.
They do. I mean, so because I asked people, what is it about the Chesterfield Chamber? And it says it just feels like home, feels like family.
That's right. That's right. And I mean, think about it. You don't like all those cousins.
No, you don't.
That's okay.
No, you don't.
Because, you only go on vacation with a handful of cousins. That's all right too.
Danielle Fitz-Hugh dropping nuggets of knowledge on us. We do have those cousins.
We do.
What you try not to be is that cousin.
Right, exactly.
You don't want to be that cousin.
That's right. That's right. Well, all the first cousins stick together, all the second cousins stick together, but everybody shows up to Mama's house on Sunday.
Right. And we leave the beef at the door.
And that's right. So Sunday, Mama's house is Sunday is the chamber. Welcome home. If you want to be part of the first family, chesterfieldchamber.com.
You had some businesses that were new, you had some were established. But everybody had a great time. You raised a good amount of money. And this was the year after the pandemic. How about if you had launched the Total Resource the year before, and then you had to go through the pandemic?
Oh my gosh.
You would have been like, I don't know whether this is going to work, but you guys launched and were successful during that time.
That's right. That's right. When we launched 2 years ago or a year ago, we knew we had raging fans. We knew. Our members love us. You feel it. They refer, we're, 85, 90% referral on new member growth. And so we know that you don't refer people to things and businesses to things that you don't like. And so we felt like we could get the volunteers that we needed to pull this campaign off. And then you throw in a pandemic where people are, struggling to keep their business alive. They're working from home. They're dealing with other life forces. And we still got the core that were committed to do that first year. And we were thrilled. And you going in there blind, you're doing it in your community virtually through Zoom, selling something that's a totally different and new concept to businesses out there who've never said, well, why isn't staff calling? I always talk to Danielle or a team member. So our volunteers did the work. It's built on relationships. Our chamber is built on relationships. Our brand promise is we're a committed group of branded professionals committed to your success. And that's not just staff professionals, that is member professionals committed to Mike King's success, Inspiring HR success, YB Connect success, you name it. We're all helping each other grow and do more business.
On the mic with Mike, Danielle is here with us. We have to go away for a moment. We'll be back with more with Chamber Wednesday.
Are you a boss struggling, feeling overwhelmed with?
Harvey, this is the Tam. You know another guy named Mike. Make sure you check out my main man, Mike King Biz. Monday through Friday, 5 to 7 a.m. on Sports 106.1. On the mic with Mike is the champion of business talk radio. You're starting to irritate me.
Michael Mike. From the Michael Mike. My name is Isabella, and you're listening to Mike King Biz. Hubby, that's my scam.
Oh, hello. I'm Louise Keaton from the Whistle Stop Theater Company. You're listening to On the Mic with Mike. Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It is Chamber Wednesday. Mike King, Danielle Fitz-Hugh is here with us. So, ma'am, we're talking Chamber. What do you have new and exciting happening with the Chamber?
Yeah, so we have a couple things. We have coming up on April 21st is our Chamber Night Out at Village Bank on Midlothian. I invite any listeners, if you want to come as our guests, send us an email, info@chesterfieldchamber.com. Feel free to come as our guests and check out what we do. Village Bank always does a nice gig. And then we are celebrating, I can't believe it's been a year, but we are celebrating 1 full year of having our DEI committee. I've been on the show, we set it up, we strategically took time to put it together, and it's already been a year. So on April 26th, we're gonna be having lunch at the Desertery out on Hull Street. One of our diverse business owners is hosting us there. So you can find out about that event at chesterfieldchamber.com. And then on April 29th, which is a Friday, we're going to be doing a state of healthcare breakfast. And we're going to be talking about a couple things. We're going to have Ken Penn from the Virginia Chamber talking about the new associated health plan coming down the pike. Again, regulations and guidelines have to be all worked out. But the governor had promised to sign that as one of his many bills he's signing through. And then we're also going to have Dr. Ken, who is a concierge physician here in Chesterfield, serving many of our residents here. And he's going to talk to you about what that looks like. You hear about it, but you might not know really what that looks like and how does that work if you have insurance. So
a concierge physician.
Yeah, I have a relative that is waiting for his acceptance into med school to be a concierge orthopedic surgeon. So it's a thing, it's coming, it's here to stay. We have others, bigger practices around the area. I won't mention their names because they're not chamber members, but Dr. Ken can tell you all about it.
I've never heard of that.
It's really interesting. My understanding is you have a flat fee, so almost like a subscription service. And you can still file it with your insurance and you can still get reimbursed, but you pay whatever that flat fee is, and you can go in and have them check out your coal, check your, your vitals, whatever other healthcare that you might be having with your primary physician. And he's a internal medicine doctor, so he does it all and still gets seen.
And he's a chamber member.
You've
You've got the coolest chamber members. I mean, like that one is interesting. A lot of people have some great things. Okay, so it is the Chamber Night Out at Village Bank is upcoming. That's always a great time.
Yes. So it's a networking. Again, we like to party, but we do it with a purpose.
Party with a purpose.
And so networking, go meet your next business customer on April 21st at the Chamber Night Out.
And Chamber can be found at
chesterfieldchamber.com or on all of our social media handles at Chesterfield Chamber VA. Make sure to include VA because there are some other Chesterfield localities around the country.
I can't believe it.
We're the best, but make sure to include the VA.
So when you came up with the diversity and inclusion committee, was Bernadette Spencer the first person? Has she been on it, running it from the beginning?
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about the energy that she brings to. Now that's an important position, because you're saying diversity is good for the bottom line. and she operates like no one else.
She does. And it's not, diversity means different things to different people, but there are all kinds of biases. We were talking about that off air, all kinds of different things that people think based on our own experiences. So she has done a phenomenal job over the last 12 months talking about a variety of biases we may not even know exist. Biases related to people who may have a disability, biases related to people of different religions, biases related to different speech impairments, all kinds of things that it's keeping us top of mind and making us think about the world differently in a more inclusive way, so that we may think about, am I doing something different? Let me apply a different lens. Now that I know more, we can do better.
There you go. Danielle with the Chesterfield Chamber. You can find that Chesterfield Chamber VA.
ChesterfieldChamber.com, social media, Chesterfield Chamber VA.
All right. On the mic with Mike, we're bringing the best and brightest. It is Chamber Wednesday. Always great when she stops in and talks to us. You can also catch her on Women Speaking Sports, RVA. That's where she is on Fridays at 6 a.m. along with the crew. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Now take care.